TV23's Internet provided by SWKO Wireless Internet. Covering the High Plains with news, weather, and information. From TV23 Studios in Sublette, this is High Plains Today.
Hello, everybody. It is Thursday, October 15th, 2015. Welcome to High Plains Today on TV23. On today's show, I'm going to be joined by our utility expert, Tim Fowler. He is with Utility Savings Plus. You know what? We're going to talk about some things that can help you save energy costs, and they can help you right now. One thing we're going to talk about is programmable thermostats. Now let's take a look at some of the stuff that's happening around the area. A 33-year-old Garden City man was sentenced Tuesday to 110 months in federal prison for distributing child pornography. Alfredo Franco Jr. pleaded guilty to one count of distributing child pornography. He admitted that from June 2012 to November of 2013, he used a file sharing program to download and share child pornography over the internet. Now, in September of 2013, law enforcement downloaded images of child pornography from Franco's shared files via the internet. When investigators served a search warrant at his residence, they found child pornography with creation dates spanning a year's time on his computer. On Tuesday, the Garden City Police Department, along with Finney County Emergency Medical Services, were called to the area of Fleming and Kansas Avenue in reference to a pedestrian accident involving a child on a bike who was struck by a car. Now, when officers arrived on the scene, an 11-year-old child was located with minor injuries. The child was traveling south on Fleming, crossing Kansas Avenue on his bicycle when he was struck by a 2009 Honda Pilot that was traveling east in the outside lane of Kansas Avenue. Now, the child suffered minor injuries. He was treated and released. Charges have been filed against a Dodge City dentist accused of slapping one of his patients. Court documents show that Haishun Sean Chen is charged with one count of battery with physical contact, which is a misdemeanor. His wife, Ruisha Zhang Chen, is charged with one count of intimidation of a witness. It is also a misdemeanor. Now, Chen is accused of striking a 4-year-old girl while trying to give her a Novocaine shot during a dental procedure. Both Chen and his wife are scheduled to appear in court on charges November 12th. As part of its replacement program, Dodge City Schools will donate 450 of its older computers to 8th grade students. The district will reconfigure the 10-year-old machines and include a monitor, keyboard, mouse, and open source office suite. The distribution will be made on an as-is basis with no warranty expressed or implied with regard to function or maintenance. Got to get that legal tag in there. And a new senior living facility on Garden City's horizon will not only meet an ever-increasing demand for senior housing, but it will also provide opportunities for employment and help free up the overall housing market. Next spring, Topeka-based Midwest Health expects to break ground on the Ranch House Senior Living Facility on 25 acres of property at 2900 North Campus Drive in Garden City. Initially, the facility will include 36 assisted living units, 14 memory care units, and 60 skilled nursing units. And Secretary of State Chris Kobach has charged 2 men and 1 woman with voting-related crimes, the first cases brought by his office since lawmakers gave him prosecutorial power earlier this year. Criminal complaints accuse 2 people of voting in 2010 general election in Johnson County without having been lawfully registered Kansas voters and that they made false statements on an advanced voting ballot. Another criminal complaint charges that a man in Sherman County between 2012 and 2014 committed election perjury. And finally, again this Friday, TV23 KDGL will be giving away $200. Now, the jackpot went unclaimed last week. To enter, you have to do a couple of things. You have to like the KDGL TV Facebook page, and then you have to like or share the contest post that is right there on your screen with all your friends. Then simply watch High Plains Today every Friday, and that'll be tomorrow, and see if your name is drawn. If your name is drawn, you have until Sunday at 11:59 p.m. to call the special 800 number that will be listed on the screen tomorrow to claim your prize. Now, again, if the prize is not claimed by 11:59 on Sunday, then the next $100 prize will go to $300. A list of the contest rules can be found at kdgltv.com. And that's a look at some of the stuff that's happening out there. Stick around. After the break, I'll be back with somewhat of a chilly forecast coming up for tomorrow.
You're watching High Plains Today on TV23 with host Chris Jewell. TV23's internet service and 4G live streaming provided by United Wireless. Coverage you deserve. Service you expect. United Wireless.
You want to feel connected, informed, included, inspired. So when important things happen, we're here. Your local TV and radio broadcasters. America's #1 source for news, weather, and information. On every screen in your life. We are broadcasters, always here for you, wherever here may be. Text TV to 52886. Tell Washington local stations matter.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
A boy born in Joplin, Missouri was fascinated by anything with wheels and a motor. The odds of him going on to fascinate millions with his talent? 1 in 260,000. The odds of this born racer having 157 career top 10 finishes in NASCAR? 1 in 125 billion. The odds of him winning both the Daytona 500 and the Brickyard 400 in the same year? 1 in 195 million. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism? 1 in 88. I'm NASCAR driver Jamie McMurray, and my niece has autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Now, the local weather forecast for the High Plains.
And as we look off to the northeast on the TV23 tower cam, man, look at that. No clouds again today. It is going to be a nice day, but you better get out there. You better enjoy today because fall is coming. Let's take a look at the readings here at the station. 70 degrees, our current temperature, 45%. Relative humidity, that's kind of up just a little bit. Winds are out of the north-northeast at 5. Barometric pressure on the rise. As we look at the temperatures now, there is a cold front that's sliding in from the north, kind of going just like this. You can see where the temperatures are changing. 66 in Lamar, 65 in Garden City, 65 in Dodge City. Everybody else in the 70s, but those temperatures are going to start to go down later today. Looking at our current dew points, you can see everybody pretty much in the 40s except for Lamar is at 36, Pratt 37, Hayes 39. Other than that, though, it's pretty comfortable out there. Looking at our current winds, Perryton, they seem to be the low spot, 6 degrees. 6 miles an hour out of the northwest Medicine Lodge, east-northeast. You can see where that front is kind of coming along as the wind starts to change direction to east-northeast and pretty much out of the north. Look at our highs and lows as recorded at the Garden City Regional Airport. Yesterday I said municipal. That's not right. It's a regional airport. 88 was the high yesterday, 97 back in 1968. 42 was the low overnight, 28 back in 1995. Yep, nothing in the bucket recently. Looking at our forecast for today, 81 degrees is going to be the high. Winds are going to be out of the northeast at 14. They're going to be picking up later this afternoon to 23. And then tonight, partly cloudy, low of 41. Winds northeast at 21. It's Going to be a breezy evening. Tomorrow, yep, that's your high, not a low. 65 for the high, mostly sunny. Winds are going to be out of the northeast at 11. Later in the day, they're going to shift around to the southeast. And then tomorrow night, when you go to that football game, 44 degrees, winds out of the south-southeast at 16. As we look at the 7-day, you can see 65 on Friday. We do start to creep back up to some pretty comfortable temperatures. There is a 30% chance of rain on Tuesday. Not sure where that's going to go, if it's going to involve us or not. We'll know more on that next week. That's a look at our weather. Markets next.
Lead paint poisoning affects 1 million children today. If you're pregnant or have young children and your home was built before 1978, you could be at risk. Learn how to protect your family. To find your home's danger zones, the health effects, or just to find help, log on to leadfreekids.org. Lead paint poisoning affects 1 million children today. If you're pregnant or have young children and your home was built before 1978, you could be at risk. Learn how to protect your family. To find your home's danger zones, the health effects, or just to find help, log on to leadfreekids.org.
Are you tired of worrying about going over your cell phone data cap? Tired of surprise bills and text messages asking for more money? Stop the insanity. Switch to unlimited nationwide data from United Wireless. Switching is easy. Come in today and see for yourself. For a limited time, get free activation, up to $200 per line bill credit, and save on the latest smartphones. See how much you can save with unlimited nationwide data from United Wireless. See store for details.
Lead paint poisoning affects 1 million children today. If you're pregnant or have young children and your home was built before 1978, you could be at risk. Learn how to protect your family. To find your home's danger zones, the health effects, or just to find help, log on to leadfreekids.org.
And welcome back. I'm now joined by Tim Fowler. He is our utility expert. I'm going to call you an expert today. He is with Utility Savings Plus. How are you today?
I'm good, Chris.
You're an expert. Well, you know more than I am. I do anyway. So last time you were here, we talked about furnace filters, or HVAC filters, air conditioning, heating, and cooling filters, et cetera, et cetera. You know, and the other day I was going on and I going, you know, in a week or two, I got to clean my filter. Because you should do it once a month, or change it once a month.
Yes.
See, so I
save you $100 a year.
Yeah, you're getting after me. Yeah. All right, so today we're going to talk about programmable thermostats, and the one thing I didn't realize is for each degree that you turn your thermostat up or down, depending on the season, you can save 1% on your utility bill.
That's over an 8-hour period. And you got 2 periods per day that you can do that. Because see, your normal people use just a plain thermostat. You can set it, you set it on a temperature, it stays all the time.
Yeah.
And so by doing that, you've got, when you're sleeping at night, there's 8 hours a night most people sleep. There's 8 hours a day most people are at work. There's 16 hours out of the average day that you could lower or raise that thermostat and reduce your costs. Now, the goal may not necessarily be to reduce your costs, but then you can increase the temperature or decrease it while you're home so you're more comfortable without spending a bunch of money. The recommended settings.
Oh, and I know this because he quizzed me on it yesterday. I know. Go ahead.
In the wintertime, you should set your thermostat to 68 degrees. In the summertime, you should set your thermostat to 78 degrees. That's recommended by the DOE, the Department of Energy. Those are the temperatures that give you the best comfort for the money. Now, granted, that's not perfect settings. That's just kind of a setting to do that. But if you want to save money, that's where you want to set it. So, if you're going to be at work, do you need to set to warm your house to 68 degrees while you're at work? Probably not, unless you have pets or something that you need to keep, you know, without harming your pets. So, you've got an 8-hour time while you're at work that you can lower those costs. You've got an 8-hour time when you're sleeping, you can lower those costs. But with a thermostat like this, you've got to manually go over. Remember to do it before you go to work. Remember to do it when you get home. When you're going to get home, it's going to be uncomfortable till it gets corrected. That's why you go with a programmable thermostat. Programmable thermostats will do those setbacks for you. You can get a 5-day with a 2-day weekend settings, or you can get just a 7-day programmable thermostat, which would just have the same program every day. So this one would have, during the week when you're at work, you'd have one program that you could set it to, and weekends when you're home, you'd have another program.
I got a question. I got a question. How hard is that to install?
Takes about 5 minutes. They're really easy to install, and directions will be on the box. Make sure you turn the power off to your furnace so you don't short it.
Yeah, important safety tip.
Which I'm not going to teach people how to put it in, but as long as you turn the power off, and the instructions will tell you to do that. Instructions are all on there. Super easy to install.
So basically, that programmable thermostat is going to do everything plus more than the thermostat that you have that's not programmable, but it's going to save, it's going to use the same wiring, correct?
Exactly.
So the same wires are going to be there.
Yes.
Just make sure you don't like drop them down the wall or something.
All you got to do is take this off, take the wires off. This one will show you exactly where to put those wires and get it back on.
It's that easy, really?
That easy.
I didn't realize it was so simple.
And see, and then you can get those for every 1 degree you set back, you save approximately 1% of your heating or cooling bill. So when you're looking at just a thermostat like this, these cost $20 to $30.
Right.
You can get a programmable thermostat anywhere from $25 to $75. Real easy. Now you can get a.
Now that's pretty cheap, really.
Yes.
That's not much at all.
No. Then if you really want to get.
Oh, here we go.
If you really want to get some savings.
This guy has more gadgets than the old saying of Carter has pills, and here he goes.
Then you can get a Wi-Fi enabled thermostat. This is my thermostat at home. So you can go in, you can adjust it. If you've got weird schedules, if you might have to work double shifts sometimes, then you can override your programs and customize it so that it fits your needs.
Okay,
even better.
no, don't give me that because, all right, because Tim does a lot of work in Wichita also, and so he travels back and forth. So he has a residence in Wichita. Now that's not just, I mean, that is your home in your residence in Wichita.
That's the one in
so
Wichita.
you can do that when you're traveling, say, from Liberal to Wichita. You can turn that baby on so it's heated up or cooled down by the time you get there.
When I stop halfway home, kick it on. It's there when it's set and ready and comfortable when I get there.
And vice versa, you do
Vice
that
versa.
when you're coming back from Wichita to Liberal.
Yes. So by doing that, you can easily achieve 20 to 30% savings on your heating and cooling portion of your utility bill.
Okay.
Which would be about $150 worth of savings during the winter and $30 worth of savings during the summer. So if you just went out and spent $75 on a cheap programmable thermostat, pay for itself the first winter and put $75 in your pocket. Not to mention the summertime savings on top of that.
Really? So
That quick
so
and
the
easy.
turnaround, the return on your investment is boom, one season.
If you're going to do one like this, you're
Okay,
looking
it's
at
gonna take-
$99 to $300. Easily get one for $150, have it installed. First heating season, first winter pays for itself. You put $150 back in your pocket every winter, another $30 back in your pocket every summer. Definitely, that's why it's one of the 3 things I always recommend for people to do. Filters, programmable thermostats, and
light bulbs. And we're going to talk about light bulbs the next time he's on here.
But remember, just by installing these on your wall does not save you money. 60% of the people that have these installed on their wall actually use the programs. If you set it to the temperature like you have just on the old-fashioned one
Yes.
and leave it, you
It
might as
doesn't
well
do you any
have
good.
this one.
You might as well keep using that one, right?
Because you're not going to save money. And 40% of the people don't save money. In 2003, they did a survey, and 36% of the homes in the United States had programmable thermostats. 2008, they surveyed the same group, and 42% of them had programmable thermostats. So probably, I'm going to say 50% of people have them. But 40% of that, they're not using them. So they might as well not have them. So you need to know those setbacks at 68 degrees in the winter, 78 degrees in the summer. Know how to set it up and down from those temperatures to save you money, and know that you can increase those temperatures for comfort when you're home the same way, because you're saving money when you're gone. You can then be more comfortable when you're home.
And even if you don't do the 68, 78 thing, I mean, even if you do say 75, 65 or whatever, you're still going to save money, correct?
Yes, yes.
So that's the important part of the whole deal.
It's from that point. Those 2 points is where they calculate the savings.
So it's important though to get one, and if you get one, use it correctly.
And most people don't even know what those temperatures, those recommended temperatures are. Recently, like I told you, we talked to some high school students and some college students during manufacturing day at the Votech here in Liberal.
Yes, that was a couple of weeks ago, yes.
And out of the 75 students that I surveyed, 3% of the high school students knew what temperature to set it on, and 6% of the college students knew.
3%.
So not very many. Of course, you know, we're talking about a younger generation that doesn't necessarily pay the bills and doesn't necessarily
Yet,
but they will know whenever they get to that point now.
Tim, thanks.
You're
I
welcome.
can't wait to learn about light bulbs. Now I'm going to have to go out and buy a programmable thermostat, and then when I screw it up, I'm calling you.
Hey, it's easy to install. We can fix it.
All right. Thanks, Tim.
You're welcome.
All right, stick around. I'll be back with some more on sports and etc. right after this.
You want to feel connected, informed, included, inspired. So when important things happen, we're here. Your local TV and radio broadcasters. America's #1 source for news, weather, and information. On every screen in your life. We are broadcasters. Always here for you, wherever here may be. Text TV to 52886. Tell Washington local stations matter.
I think someone at my friend's school has this thing called autism. My friend's brother's son has autism. My neighbor's son has autism. My son has autism.
Autism is getting closer to home. Today, 1 in 110 children is diagnosed with autism. That's a 600% increase in the last 20 years. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
When some people struggle with their mortgage payments, they become frozen, petrified. Not knowing what to do, they do nothing. But the people who do something, the people who take action, are far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making home affordable is a free government program. Call now to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now.
And welcome back. Hey, let's talk about the Royals. Johnny Cueto delivered a masterpiece on his biggest stage yet, pitching 8 dominant innings last night and leading the Never Say Die Kansas City Royals to a 7-2 victory over the Houston Astros and back to the American League Championship Series. Cueto allowed only 2 hits, a single by Evan Gattis, followed by a bomb hit by Luis Valbuena in the second inning before retiring the final 19 batters he faced. Now, he struck out 8 without a walk in the kind of clutch performance that the Royals have been expecting when they traded for him. The defending AL champs will host the Toronto Blue Jays in Game 1 tomorrow night at the K. The teams have met once before in the ALCS, with the Royals winning in 7 games back in 1985. Hey, that's when they won the World Series last. They will go on to beat St. Louis in that World Series. So, I can't wait. It's going to be rocking in Kansas City at Kauffman Stadium. All right, let's take a last look at our weather. Hey, it's up 1 degree. It's now 71 degrees. Relative humidity, 43%. Winds are still out of the north, only at 8 miles an hour. Barometric pressure is on the rise. Looking at our 7-day, yep, you're going to want to wear, we could look at the camera. That's fine. But temperatures are going to be lower tomorrow, and 65 is going to be the high. 44 for the low tomorrow night. Remember, you might want to pack a jacket, sweatshirt, something when you head out to that football game. Go out and make it a great Thursday, everybody. Hey, Dr. Jack tomorrow. Call your cable company. See you tomorrow.
Keep up to date with the latest information from TV23 on our Facebook page, KDGL TV.
Hi, I'm Chris Jewell, host of High Plains Today, a 30-minute news and information program that airs at noon weekdays right here on TV23. Hey, do you think you have an idea for something that would make a great segment? Somebody that would make a great interview? What about a community event that needs highlighting? Let us know here at the station. Email us news@kdgltv.com.
Remember when you found that thing you thought you'd never see again?
Honey!
All right! The Kansas State Treasurer's Office doesn't have your old baseball glove.
There you are!
But they do have over $300 million in unclaimed cash. Yes. And some of it could be yours. For information about how you can find your unclaimed cash, find us on Facebook or go to kansascash.com.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 88. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.com.